Hello everybody, my name is Thomas Dreams, and today I think I'm gonna have a bit of a rant video. I had never thought ever I was gonna make one of these, but after just seeing what Rooster Teeth did with episode 11 from Volume 5, I need it. I think we all need a little vent right now. I'm pretty sure we all do after seeing that. If you're a fan of Rwby and you saw that, you have two thoughts going through your mind right now. You have, please kill Cinder. That bitch needs to die. Kill her. Because they have two waifus. We are down two waifus. And spoiler alert. Yeah, I should put spoiler alert. We're down two waifus, guys. We don't have much left. We're losing them left or the right. What are we gonna do? I mean, what the hell are we gonna do? That's not right. That's wrong. That's terrible. You never lose the waifus. My God. Fuck. Okay. Let's do a little bit of an episode breakdown. I'm doing all of this unscripted, so just a heads up to you guys. But so we saw the episode. Everyone knew that Leo was kind of gonna be betrayed. The fan, even Crow, Rwby, they all knew it. Osprey pretty much outright told them to be careful. They knew that it was a trap. That's why they had the weapons. Leo, though, well, he's obviously based off the well, I guess I'm getting a feel that all the headmasters are gonna be like heads of like they're gonna represent the Wizard of Oz, because like Oz himself is Wizard of Oz. Leo, obviously the coward, fucking bitch. Freaking bastard! I mean, how could someone do all that? And Crow, no wonder all of them died. And they even made Crow feel sad, man. You don't make Crow feel sad. He's so much of a badass to feel sad. But that happened. That thing happened. Leo betrayed all of them, which we all knew from like episode 1 since he came in. But regardless, it was still a bit of a... we're all still a little butthurt over it, I guess. So he came in. They all knew it. I'm curious as to what that weapon was, which he had on his arm, like a gauntlet that he used as a shield, but also a projectile thing. Seems like a knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck, whatever the heck those things are called. But, so that happened, and then Raven comes in, like, what? Yang, she sees Raven. Surprised it took her so long. What would a Raven be doing inside of a house, inside of a building? That happened. But like, I'm also curious though as to how they didn't notice an army of faunus on top of buildings while they were walking in. They couldn't have set that up in just a few seconds. No, they couldn't have done that. That's not possible. Someone would have noticed something. And then, oh, yeah, this is a bit of a rant video. I'm pretty sure all of you guys can tell, I am not qualified to be doing reviews or rants or anything. I play games for fun. That's pretty much what my channel is. This is something I had to do. I really am not qualified for it. But, so, where was I? Yes. So, we get the fight scene. Raven comes in, smack talks everyone, betrays well, she never really was a lie to anyone, but still. And then she brings Cinder in, who outright bitch smacks Rwby. Like, I'm actually surprised by the fact that she, like, that was dead on aim. I was assuming they were just gonna come in, but I didn't think she was gonna hit, like, dead on hit Rwby. I know she has like a thing for Rwby, but I think she was gonna hit her first off. I would have figured someone like I wouldn't even think she would shoot first. I thought it would go for the dramatic reveal that she seems to like. Miss Egomaniac over there. But yeah. So she smacks Rwby. They come in and shit hits the fan. Crow, I'm curious to what was going through his mind. He knew all this was gonna happen. He knew that shit was hitting the fan, but he was trying to keep them calm. I know that's a good thing to do. Keep them calm in times of stress and stuff, but what good would being calm when tensions are high like that? It doesn't seem like it makes much sense. But the episode continues and it goes into detail. Like first up, they're standing there, and then they start fighting. Of course, we have Yang with what Mercury, I forget his name. Emerald and Mercury, they just kind of they aren't my favorite characters, even like design wise. They're bland compared to everyone else to me. But they come in. Yang is paired off with Mercury. Emerald is oddly enough paired off with Rwby. Why, I don't know. And Emerald actually it's a bit more, and like I'm a bit more curious about her than I am with Mercury. He's like a mercenary for hire. His father was yada yada yada. But Mercury here, she owes Cinder for something. What does getting her off the streets? I mean, how long have they been together? Obviously a little bit, but she was well into her teens when all this stuff happened, and she's older, I assume, than everyone else on Rwby's team, like on our main character's team. So I'm curious to what Cinder did for her that made her so loyal. It's terrifying to think of what, like, you know what Salem is, but you don't care. It's worrisome, you know? It makes me question more about her character. But then also the one of the maidens, I don't know which, I think she's Winter, or I'm pretty sure she's Winter, but she gets paired off with Weiss, and Weiss, I don't know if she's out of practice, but this whole episode, her fighting style was dodging around and not fighting. Why? I'm not sure. It was kind of insulting too, because the maiden didn't even have to use her powers. I mean, sure, she has more experience and everything, but the maiden didn't have to use her powers to take down Weiss. And I have noticed that, and I'm kind of glad they did it in design, that during the fight, Weiss tried to summon the knight, which has been badass so far, but it has left her obviously a bit rusty because she's been relying on it too much. I'm guessing is why she was darting around, a bit out of practice more than anyone else. So that happens, and she continues to fight, dodging around, which very much on the defensive. I'm not sure if that's because they're supposed to be keeping the maiden safe, but at the same time, she's not on their side, which is hard to argue. And then I can also see that they definitely, like, you know, the opening credits scene, like all the other ones, they didn't really they had like no time. I forget what the song for it was, but like the second opening, they had everyone fighting each other, Emerald with Rwby and all that stuff again. But this one actually showed what was happening. Like, they showed the emotion where Hazel was was fighting against Nora and Ren, and showed the exact moves that he used too. So they tied that in pretty well. They tied the opening into an actual episode. I could appreciate that. But then we continue with Ozpin. Leo knew everything about Ozpin. He knew what was happening. He trusted Ozpin. Ozpin trusted him. But not even just thinking that, oh, he knew Ozpin was going to reincarnate, but he still betrayed him? And he tries to kill a child. Leo is the biggest shitbag, but relatable. What Raven says about him is true. He made an assessment and weighs his options. Like, for, it seems like most people realize that you can't beat Salem, but it makes me wonder why the others can't do that. Why can't they fight Salem? Why Salem has only been showed from the end of season 3 to now, but mainly she creates the Grimm. But it seems like to me the humans have a bigger, like, they're more of a worry than the Grimm themselves. Sure, you have like the newer ones to come out, like the gorilla, the dragons, all that stuff, and those are definitely a problem. But then you have the problems like the Faunus, which causes internal conflict within, like, I'm not gonna say the Faunus are humans because they're obviously not the Faunus, but they do display humanity though. It's curious to, they're not. It's kind of true, and I'm trying to get my words together here. It's true that and even in our society today, we fight amongst ourselves. If we didn't fight, we'd be much further along. So that gives it a bit more of a realistic feel to it. They're not just fighting the Grimm or Salem. Salem's to me is one of the lesser threats, even though she seems to be one of the bigger villains. She hasn't done much directly, but she doesn't need to. She has minions. I don't know. Salem just seems like there's something bigger than even her. I don't know why. Like, I've obviously seen my fair of anime and everything. And I've seen some big ass villains like Aizen from Bleach, Madara Uchiha, who was even a pawn himself, Tsukage. But even the underlings had a bit of a, they had a vibe to them. They had a sense of urgency. Salem seems to just be sitting on the back wheel the whole time. I guess that's in her character, but it doesn't make her that much of a threat to me. But I'm getting off topic here. I don't have a script for any of this. I'm more or less venting and analyzing as I go. But here's the problem where it ends. Rwby activates the eye power, and we see what it does exactly. It turned Cinder to stone. I don't know how that works. And it didn't even come in contact with her directly, but it still hurt Cinder somehow. I'm not sure how any of this works. I'm not even sure how Cinder's able to move if part of her body is stone. I'm curious as to what the power is. I mean, I'm assuming Rwby is not the only one. Her mother had it. Is it purely lineage? Could it only be direct descendants, kind of like the maidens? Or could it be passed on? Is there a whole clan like the Broadwind clan? I don't know. I'm curious. Oh, and then we have... Now, let me analyze Cinder for a little bit here. That bitch! Straight up bitch! She didn't even know who John was. My boy John! Sure, he's not as strong or as fierce as all the others. He's not as skilled as them, but he knew it. She didn't even know who he was. She didn't even remember him was... Well, he wasn't there directly, but when things happened with Pyrrha, but still. I don't blame him for charging. I don't think anyone blames for charging. We wanted to see him win. But realistically, with Cinder as his opponent, that was not going to happen. She was toying with him the whole time. And then just feel worse for John. He's trained. He's come a long way. But to not even make an impact, to not even feel like it was a completely one-sided battle, and he knew it. Emotions or not, he wouldn't have done better, even if he had a clear mind. And it just makes us wonder. And I have another thought. I'm completely getting off track here, but it's just, this episode gave me a lot to think about. And I am not qualified for reviews. But then we have Hazel. He hasn't wanted to fight. He didn't want to fight at all. But he's with the bad guys. I want to know more about Hazel. I'm curious about him. That's all I gotta say on him for now, because we don't have much of him. And Blake's on a boat, but it's, if I'm getting correct, it's been about probably a week's time in and of itself from last episode to now. So my thoughts are, where exactly is Blake? If Adam is able to get from... Well, Adam wasn't on Menagerie to begin with. But where are they? I'm assuming next episode is going to come up. But that's next episode, which I hope a bunch of our questions get answered. And then we have the biggest piece of bullshit ever. Weiss. She got shanked. Cinder took her to a back alley. She shanked her, killed her, impalement again, and then it cuts to black. You don't do that, man! Damn you, Rooster Teeth. I feel like, I don't know how the audio is going to come out on this because I'm using a freaking headset for this. I'm yelling at it, but it's freaking Weiss. She's one of the main characters. They can't kill her, injure her. Oh, and then what is her father going to say? Her father's still looking for her, I assume. Oh, Winter. The next episode's going to be a shitstorm. It has to be at least 25 minutes. I know they usually keep it short, but it has to be longer with this much conflict going on. We need answers. And we're going to get them. So, more or less, that's what I got to say about the episode. It's more of a rant than a review. I don't really know what the hell I did here. But that's all I just needed to vent. I don't know if I'm going to upload this or not. If I do, I hope someone enjoyed it and we can all rant together, comment down, put comments in the comment section. I'll be willing to go down there and we can discuss the hell out of this. I'm on an emotion high, man. I'm not even really a Weiss fan, but you don't do that to Weiss. Like that. That was scary, terrifying, horrifying to see happen. And it happened in a slow. It was perfectly timed. The way they did it, it suited Cinder's character. She wanted to make a message. She wanted to make Rwby hurt, but why everyone else? Also, why Weiss of all people? She didn't. They didn't. She didn't know any history about Weiss. So that confuses me. Why Weiss of all characters? I know Weiss and John had a bit of a thing, but it wasn't. Cinder didn't know that, so why pick Weiss? Does Weiss perhaps have a bigger power than we all imagine? She can't technically resurrect an army of Grimm. Her family can't do that. Technically, so maybe she's a bigger threat than we realize, kind of like what Rwby has. It just makes you wonder. Well, that's gonna be it for me, guys. That's gonna be everything for me. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys. I just want someone to talk to about this at this point, because I'm still on a high. So this has been Tam's Dreams, ranting till the grip come home, and I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next video when I get back to my normal, just random gameplay. Peace.